Are you dreaming of owning your first rental property but feel overwhelmed by the process? You're not alone. Many aspiring landlords jump into real estate without a clear plan, only to face avoidable pitfalls. Don't let that be you. This guide will unravel the mystery behind finding and managing your first investment property. By the end, you'll not only know the steps but also feel confident in your ability to succeed. Let's turn your landlord dream into reality. 1. Evaluate cash flow potential. Picture this. You buy a rental property expecting steady income, but instead you're drowning in unexpected costs. To avoid this, calculate the cash flow potential before you commit. Factor in mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, maintenance, and even vacancies. Then, subtract these expenses from the expected rental income. Misjudging expenses can lead to financial strain. Did you know that 25% of landlords underestimate repair costs in their first year? For example, forgetting to account for seasonal HVAC maintenance might leave you with a hefty bill during peak summer months. Positive cash flow doesn't just pay the bills, it's your ticket to financial freedom. For instance, if your rental brings in $2,000 monthly and your expenses are $1,500, that $500 profit becomes extra cash to reinvest or enjoy. This financial cushion can cover unexpected costs without dipping into savings. Overestimating rental income is a common mistake. Studies show that first-time landlords often overvalue rent by 10 to 15%. For example, assuming your property will rent for $2,000, but only fetching $1,800 could derail your budget. 2. Research local laws and regulations. Did you know that landlord-tenant laws can differ dramatically between cities, let alone states? For example, some areas cap security deposits while others allow more flexibility. Researching these rules isn't just a formality, it's essential to avoid costly legal mistakes. It takes time and effort. The average landlord spends 10 hours researching laws before renting out their first property. You might also incur legal consultation fees if you need expert advice. Staying compliant avoids hefty fines that can range from $500 to $5,000 for violations. For example, knowing your city's eviction process helps you handle non-payment issues legally and efficiently. A landlord in Florida who understands tenant notice requirements can save weeks of procedural delays. Laws are often written in legal jargon. A good real estate attorney can feel like a translator but comes at a cost. Skipping this step could lead to legal battles or fines. 3. Conduct thorough inspections. Imagine buying a property only to find out later that the plumbing needs a $10,000 overhaul. Inspections are your safety net against such surprises. Hire a professional to examine the structure, electrical systems, plumbing, and more. Inspections range from $300 to $500. Fun fact, that's about the price of a fancy dinner for two at a high-end restaurant, but way more valuable. Inspections uncover 80% of potential issues before purchase, giving you negotiating power. For example, discovering a faulty roof might allow you to negotiate $10,000 off the asking price or request repairs. You might fall in love with a property, only to learn it's a no-go. One buyer shared their heartbreak after finding termites in their dream rental, but they saved thousands in future repairs by walking away. Understand market trends. What if you invest in a property in an area where rental demand is declining? Staying on top of market trends can prevent this scenario. Research neighborhoods with low vacancy rates, increasing property values, and tenant-friendly amenities. Market reports can cost $100 to $500 annually, or you can DIY with local data. Subscribing to neighborhood-specific platforms might also carry fees. Properties in growing markets appreciate faster, some by 5 to 10% annually. For example, buying in an up-and-coming neighborhood like Wynwood in Miami could turn a modest investment into a gold mine. Properties in desirable school districts or near new job hubs often see faster rent increases. Trends shift. Remember the 2008 housing crisis? Monitoring regularly is crucial to avoid overcommitting to a fading market. Investing in overly trendy areas can backfire if demand wanes. Plan for unexpected expenses. Life happens, and so do leaky roofs and broken appliances. Preparing for unexpected costs is part of being a landlord. An emergency fund, at least 10% of your property's annual income, can be a lifesaver. Setting aside $2,000 to $5,000 initially can feel like a lot. For example, a burst pipe in the winter could cost $1,500 to fix, dipping into your savings if you're unprepared. Your emergency fund saves you from scrambling for cash during emergencies. Imagine your HVAC system breaks down in July. Having funds ready allows for immediate repairs, keeping tenants satisfied and loyal. It's tempting to dip into the fun for other expenses. Resist the urge. Future you will thank you. A landlord who used their emergency fund to renovate a bathroom learned this the hard way when their furnace needed replacement. Next, check insurance requirements. Landlord insurance is your financial safety net. It covers damages, liability, and even lost rental income. But did you know that flood or earthquake coverage might require separate policies? Expect premiums to be 15 to 25% higher than standard homeowners insurance, around $1,200 annually. Adding flood insurance in Florida could increase costs by $500 annually. Peace of mind is priceless. A study shows that insured landlords recover 70% more losses after disasters. For example, if a tenant accidentally causes a fire, insurance can save you tens of thousands of dollars in repairs and lost rent. Insurance jargon can be confusing. Pro tip: ask your agent for a plain English summary to avoid gaps in coverage. Consult a lender before property hunting. Pre-approval from a lender doesn't just streamline your property search, it also gives you a competitive edge when making an offer. Imagine confidently bidding on a property while others are still scrambling for financing. It requires submitting financial documents and might involve a small fee for pre-approval. Some lenders charge $25 to $50 for a pre-qualification letter. Knowing your budget saves time. Fun fact: pre-approved buyers close deals 40% faster. For instance, focusing on properties within a $300,000 budget helps you avoid wasting time on unaffordable options. High interest rates can reduce affordability. Shopping around for the best terms can feel tedious but pays off in the long run. Analyze property management needs. Do you want to be a hands-on landlord, or would you rather let professionals handle tenant screening and maintenance? Weigh the pros and cons carefully. For example, property management companies charge 8 to 12% of rental income, but they also save you time and headaches. Property managers can cost $100 to $300 monthly for a single-family home. For a small portfolio, this adds up quickly. Hands-free management. Did you know that professionally managed properties have 20% fewer vacancies? For instance, property managers ensure rent is collected on time and handle late-night emergencies. DIY management can be overwhelming. One landlord joked, "I'm part-time landlord, full-time handyman." Consider properties needing minor renovations. Ever seen a slightly dated property with huge potential? Properties needing cosmetic updates often cost less and can yield higher returns. Think fresh paint, new fixtures, or updated flooring. Small changes that make a big difference. Renovations can range from $500 to $10,000. Did you know that painting alone boosts property value by 5%? For instance, spending $2,000 on landscaping can attract tenants willing to pay $100 more monthly. Enhanced appeal means higher rents. Updating a kitchen with $5,000 in upgrades could allow you to charge $150 more in monthly rent, recouping costs within 3 years. DIY renovations can lead to Pinterest fails. One landlord's attempt to tile a bathroom ended up costing double when they had to hire a professional to redo the work. Assess your long-term strategy. Are you in it for the long haul or looking for a quick flip? Knowing your strategy influences every decision from location to financing. For example, focusing on long-term rental income requires properties in stable markets. While flipping benefits from areas with rapid appreciation, different strategies have varying risk levels. Long-term investments tie up capital. A flip might cost more upfront but could yield quicker profits. Clear strategies lead to better returns. Did you know long-term rental owners see 40% higher ROI than short-term flippers? For example, a property in a growing suburb could provide steady income and appreciate significantly over 10 years. Pivoting strategies mid-course can be expensive and stressful. For instance, deciding to flip instead of rent might require unexpected renovations or marketing expenses. Final thoughts. Becoming a first-time landlord is an adventure, one filled with opportunities and challenges. By following this first rental property checklist, you'll avoid common mistakes and set yourself up for success. Real estate for first-time landlords doesn't have to be overwhelming. With informed decisions, you'll be ready to tackle the journey head-on. What's your experience with buying your first rental property? Share your insights and stories in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video with aspiring landlords and subscribe to Wise to Rent for more expert landlord tips for beginners.